Hello and welcome. I'm Camelia Nimri from the Math Department at Spokane Community College, and I will be recording a series of outcomes-based videos geared to intermediate algebra at this college. So I hope you will benefit from them. Thank you. Okay, factoring the sum and difference of cubes outcome. Given a binomial as a sum or difference of two cubes, the students will factor it correctly. So here we have sum of cubes a cubed plus b cubed, and it factors to the binomial a plus b times the trinomial a squared minus ab plus b squared. Notice that the signs here are the same, so same sign. And then this sign and this sign are opposites. And this sign is always positive. So it's important to look at the signs. And you can use a mnemonic device, use same, opposite, always positive. That makes the word soap, and that will help you understand the sign so you don't make a sign error. Let's look here, the same thing. So a cubed minus b cubed, a minus b is the same as a cubed minus b cubed, ignoring the powers of 3. So just the a minus b. Then notice that those signs are the same. The first factor has the same signs. And then the first sign of the second factor here, they're opposites. This one is negative, that one is positive, and this one is always positive. So let's take some examples. Go back there. There's some examples so where we can apply those patterns for sum and difference of cubes. What helps you when you look at a sum and difference of cubes, first of all, they have to be binomial. First term and second term, they have to be perfect cubes. So it helps to know perfect cubes of some numbers like 1. When you cube it, you get 1. 2, when you cube it, you get 8. 2 times 2 times 2. 3, when you cube it, you get 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. When you cube 4, 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. 5 cubed, 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. Okay, so a cubed minus 8, I know that 8 is a perfect cube of 2, so I need to rewrite it as a cubed minus 2 cubed first. And now it looks like a cubed minus b cubed, which I know how to factor. So my first factor would be a binomial that has the same sign, and it's just a minus 2. The second binomial, you have to have a squared. Remember, look at the pattern. You have to have a squared. So you square that. Then you switch the sign, because this sign has to be opposite. Then you multiply a times 2, so you get 2a, and you square the last term. 2 squared is 4. Okay. Let's take the second example here. 27x cubed plus 1. We know 27 is a perfect cube of 3, and 1 is a perfect cube of 1. So we need to rewrite 27x cubed as 3 cubed x cubed, which is the same as 3x quantity cubed. Remember, the power distributes over the multiplication. The 1, I need to rewrite it as 1 cubed. So now I have a cubed plus 1 cubed form, and I use the pattern. A cubed plus 1 cubed, so you're going to take a plus b, which is 3x plus 1. Remember, the sign is the same. Now you take a squared. 3x times 3x. 3x quantity squared is 9x squared. Then you switch the sign. Remember, the second sign is opposite of the first. And then you multiply 3x times 1, you get 3x. And then you square the 1. 1 squared is 1 times 1, which is 1. Okay, now here, 8x cubed minus 27y cubed. It's a binomial. I have perfect cubes. Now we know 8 and 27 are also perfect cubes. The 8 is 2 cubed. So I'm going to go with 2x, since the x is cubed, 2x quantity cubed minus 3y quantity cubed. And so we're going to factor that. The first factor should be just the 2x minus 3y, ignoring the powers of 3. Now we're going to take a squared. So remember, our a is 2x. So 2x squared, quantity squared is 2x times 2x, which is 4x squared. We're going to switch the sign. The minus becomes a plus. Then we're going to multiply 2x times 3y, which is 6xy. And then we're going to square the last term, which is 3y. And we already know that the sign has to be always positive, so we don't have to worry about the sign. 3y times 3y is 9y squared. All right, so let's look at a different kind of question associated with this. So if you're given x cubed plus 125, which one of those factors you think is a factor of x cubed is a factor of x cubed plus 125? Let's look. I think the best way to answer the question is to actually factor x cubed plus 125. And if you factor that, you're going to go x cubed plus 5 cubed. And so your first factor would be just x plus 5. Your second factor, you take the x and square it, switch the sign, multiply x times 5, which is a times b. And then the last one is always positive, the square of b, which is the square of 5, and that's 25. So if you compare this factor, since it's a trinomial with those, this one says x plus 5. But notice that this sign has to be the opposite of the original. So that is wrong right there. X squared plus 10x. OK, this 10x, something is wrong with it. Not the sign, just the 10x. And the sign. The 10x has to be the first x times 5. You don't double. It's just 5x. Here, the sign is correct, but how about the last sign? It has to be always positive, so that doesn't work. And the last one, x squared minus 5x plus 25, got it. So this is the correct one. Thank you.